A waka made out of a cardboard box. A whale called Wilhelmina. Treasure Island's insect pirates, big blue whales trapped in underground caves. Our adventurous threesome from Ohow Street have had quite a lot of fun with a bit of imagination. And a cardboard box. It's amazing what you can do with just your imagination. You could travel to the moon, dance with a bear, swim with a dolphin, sing on stage, fight a mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, or you could travel to Treasure Islands in a waka made from a cardboard box. Tia, Carl and Michael raced home from school. It was Thursday, a Thursday much like any other Thursday, except this Thursday they would help a pod of whales escape from insect pirates. Yes, they ran as fast as they could across the field, through the bush, and jumped straight over the stream that ran behind Ohow Street. Past Big Adam's house, Carl nearly tripped over Big Adam's pet possum called Monday. They flew past David and Myrtle Gunter's house. David and Myrtle Gunter were calling them from way up in their treehouse, telling them to come and have a look at their newly renovated treehouse. "We've turned it into a spaceship!" They were in too much of a hurry. They had a pod of whales to rescue. They ran straight past Peter and Julia Kavanagh's house, who were jumping on their trampoline and were calling for them to join them, but not even a trampoline could tempt them today. They ran past the Stewarts splashing in their paddling pool. They ran past all the kids on Ohow Street, straight up Tia's driveway and past the Feijoa tree, under the washing line, and there it was, their waka made from the empty fridge box. Looking just as splendid as it did the first day. Well, maybe just a little worse for wear and tear. They dropped their school bags and all three jumped into their homemade waka without a second thought, and as soon as they jumped in, Tia popped out of the hole in the top of the underground cave and landed on her bottom, right bang smack in the middle of a bush. Michael popped out of the hole in the top of the underground cave and landed on top of Tia, right bang smack in the middle of the bush. Carl popped out of the hole in the top of the underground cave and landed on top of Michael, who was on top of Tia. "Get off!" shouted Tia. "Get off!" shouted Michael. They were back outside the hole and in need of a plan. Tia was good at plans. "First of all, we need to know why the insect pirates are holding the whales prisoner," said Tia. They crept very, very carefully through the bush, keeping a very close eye out for the insect pirates. They climbed over rocks and pushed their way through the bush until they came to a huge swinging bridge. "It doesn't look very strong," Michael said. "Nah, it'll be all right." Tia thought it would be fine. So Carl volunteered to cross the rickety old swing bridge first. It was very old, made from old rope and bits of wood. It creaked and cracked as Carl slowly walked over the bridge. But he finally made it across. "Come on!" Carl shouted back. Michael crossed next. He went very slowly, 1 foot at a time, watching the small river below as he crossed the rickety old bridge. It creaked and it cracked as Michael slowly and carefully crossed to the other side. He made it. "Come on, Tia!" they both yelled, and Tia started to cross. Very slowly and very carefully, the old bridge creaked and cracked as Tia started to cross. Any one of the planks of wood that made the bridge could break at any moment. It was really a rickety old bridge. With every step, Tia expected the bridge to give way, and just as she expected, crash! It did! Tia's foot went through one of the rickety old boards on the bridge and she fell into the little river below. She was perfectly all right, just a little bit wet. "Are you all right?" yelled Michael. "Yeah, I'm all right, but I can't see a way back up," Tia yelled from down below, sitting waist deep in the little river. "You go find Wilhelmina and we'll go find the pirates," shouted Carl, and that was that. Michael and Carl crept ever so carefully through the bush, keeping an eye out for the pirates, while Tia followed the little river back to Wilhelmina and the waka. It wasn't very long before Carl and Michael found the pirates plotting a plot and planning a plan. Carl overheard the grasshopper pirate, the one with the eye patch, a hook for a hand and a flea on his left shoulder, squawking, "Ah, Polly want a cracker! Polly want a cracker! Ah!" He was plotting with the other pirates. Now that we've got the whale's family all tucked away in our underground cave, we need to lure her in too. Carl and Michael crept a little closer to hear a little better. If we can lure her into the cave, we might be able to get our diamond back. Tia had walked for ages. By now she was totally soaked through, but she'd finally made it back to Wilhelmina. "Oh, hello," said Wilhelmina, sounding very happy to see someone. "I thought you'd never come back." Tia ran up to Wilhelmina the whale. "We found your family." Tia told Wilhelmina about her family and where they were. "So why would the pirates want to keep your family all locked up?" Wilhelmina looked a little embarrassed. "I think I know." It happened a few weeks before. Wilhelmina was following a big pirate ship. They'd been fishing and she was eating the odd bit of fish the pirates would throw overboard. "A very shiny fish came overboard and, well, I ate it," said Wilhelmina. "Turns out it was the biggest diamond in the world." "How could you throw the biggest diamond in the world overboard anyway?" the grasshopper pirate yelled at an unladylike ladybird pirate. "I'm sorry," said the unladylike ladybird. "It was an accident." It was one of the unladylike ladybird pirates that accidentally threw the world's biggest diamond overboard.
Whoopsie doopsie daisy, I dropped it over the side. I know I should have told you, perhaps I shouldn't have lied. I dropped the diamond overboard and now I'm really sad, 'cause dropping the diamond overboard has made the captain mad. Whoopsie doopsie daisy, he dropped it over the side. The biggest diamond in the world and he just let it slide. Whoopsie doopsie daisy, he dropped it over the side. Whoopsie doopsie daisy, he dropped it over the side.
"Right," said the grasshopper pirate, the one with the eye patch, a hook for a hand and a flea on his left shoulder, squawking, "Ah, Polly want a cracker, Polly want a cracker, ah! If that whale doesn't give our diamond back, we won't let her family go." Wilhelmina didn't know what to do. "I'd like to give the insect pirates their diamond back, but I don't know how." Tia had a cunning plan. "Can you blow it out your blowhole?" asked Tia. "I don't know if I can blow it out my blowhole, but I'll try." And she did. Wilhelmina the whale took her biggest, deepest breath ever and blew as hard as she could through her blowhole, and out popped the biggest diamond in the world. It was very beautiful. It sparkled in the sunshine and it was very big. "I don't trust those pesky pirates," said Tia. "We have to rescue your family before we give the diamond back." Tia climbed on the back of Wilhelmina and they searched the coastline looking for the entrance to the cave her family was held prisoner in. The boys, Carl and Michael, decided to sneak into the pirates' headquarters. They snucked and sneaked. They crept and crawled. They tippied and toed. They looked this way and that way. They were very careful not to make a sound. "Shh," said Carl. "What?" said Michael very loudly, and all the pirates turned and looked at them. "Here we go again," said Carl. "Tia, Michael, Carl, we're going for fish and chips. You want to come?" It was Tia's mum. The three of them jumped out of their pretend waka made out of the old fridge cardboard box and went in for fish and chips. "I think I'd like a hot dog," said Carl, as they all went in for the night. A very interesting turn of events. What will the insect pirates do with Carl and Michael? Will Tia and Wilhelmina find the cave with the whales inside? Will the pirates get their diamonds back? Will Tia and Wilhelmina be able to rescue Carl, Michael and Wilhelmina's family? So many questions. Find out next time. But until then, ka kite ano.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!